He doesn't want me to get it. Make it look like it, and then look at the Ippon Senagi here. Go here, take the collar off. Fake Ippon Senagi, right? And as I bring this gi open, right, I can feed it and then go cross line and so.
If I get to here now, I feel like I'm unstoppable. In jiu-jitsu, I think they don't think about the idea of doubling up on a collar in order to break posture. And usually when people teach judo, it's both hands on.
Yes.
You know, you're able to get the sleeve, you're able to get the collar, and whether it's right versus right or left versus right or whatever, when people, especially when people are defensive, this happens in jiu-jitsu where people are just, they don't want to engage, but you see it in judo too, where you can only ever get one hand on. What do you do when you're in a situation and you can't get both hands on? Either the guy's keeping the sleeve back or whatever.
So one time, like if I have this collar hand here, right, and it's a right versus right situation, I would love to get the second hand on and be in dominant position, right? But a lot of times it's very difficult to get that second hand on, so you're kind of monitoring, you're not letting me get this sort of a lapel hand, and I've shown this kind of stuff before. Snap down here, engage to open up this collar here, right? Or even like a Ippon Senagi. And these kinds of things are kind of like, I've taught this a million times before, but it's not just attacks. So sometimes it's like a fake Ippon Senagi like this to kind of make you change levels, right? Change levels, and now level change, then you could feed snap, and then now you can have a collar grip, right? Or sometimes it's like a fake Ippon Senagi, right? And as I bring this gi open, right, I can feed it and then go cross line or so, okay? So now if the sort of works, great. But if the sort of doesn't work here, right? Oh my God! At least now I could switch the hand to the sleeve. I could take the hand off, and now I have cross collar system. Okay? So these are always sort of a nice thing. Maybe even the sleeve too here. If I can reach out and grab the sleeve first, you're super aware of the second hand coming on, and you're already looking to try to take this hand off, right? And if you're trying to yank this hand back away, it's a good time to kind of go across collar and kochi. And now look, I have a sode thread here. Right? And sometimes it looks like sode, swivel here, collar here, right? And now I have kochi, snap down, right? And then engage the second hand on. So all these things are very, very useful. Right side versus left side also, right? We go here a lot. We're trying to game for that second hand, right? And I showed this in some of my other YouTube videos. I'm trying to grab the sleeve. He doesn't want me to get it, make it look like it, and then look at the Ippon Senagi here, okay? Go here, take the collar off. And then maybe he tries to circle his hand underneath. That's when I close the distance and attack. Inside leg, inside reaching body. Right? And all these things are very, very useful. What's the equivalent of this on the ground?
Yeah, it's not quite the same on the ground because in a way you can't get away. Whereas like if we're here and I'm playing and I can only get one hand on and you don't want to engage, if you don't want to engage, you can kind of keep yourself back and backing away. On the ground, you know, the guy is on the bottom, he's on the ground. It's hard to get away. In jiu-jitsu, I think they don't think about the idea of doubling up on a collar in order to break posture and then come back in and get the grip. You know, that it's not like a direct attack.
Yeah. How about this one? If you're in like single leg X or Ashigarami, if you want to use the proper judo terminology.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? And then sometimes you like reach down and grab both sleeves like this. Like this is kind of a double thing.
Yeah,
right? Kind of like slows you down just a little bit, right? Keep that shoulder off.
Right.
And then you can take the knee off and do this kind of a thing, right, Sensei?
Yeah, that's right. Look at Sensei with the complex Newaza.
Yeah, some jits knowledge.
Yeah,
right,
good.
Sensei?
Yep, good.
Some ideas here, right? I really like collar, dive bombing ochi, dive bombing osoto. Sometimes you can't get this dive bombing here, so you open and you go across collar, right? Cross collar osoto as you saw, right? Cross collar senagi. Ippon Senagi, snap down. Ippon Senagi, fake Ippon Senagi. These kinds of things. You know?
Misdirection.
Misdirection, one-handed stuff. Yeah, I love it.
I really like these like doubling up on the collar because I feel like it, in a way, it overcomes like a skill deficit. You know, like it's so strong on one side that even if I don't really know what I'm doing, like, you know, I'm not gonna have a really strong turn throw here.
Oh, you do, Sensei.
But if I get to here now, I feel like I'm unstoppable. Like I'm just gonna, if things go wrong, I'm just gonna move you around, right?
Yes, for sure.
And then this Osoto thing, right? So what do you do?
Ippon Senagi fake, right? Then when I fake Ippon Senagi, I open, right? And then I feed this hand to the cross.
So this hand goes on the top.
And now I get anchored down into the shoulder. See how I'm hanging here? And then when I clip this leg, and I fold that leg in half, and I throw 200 pounds down like this, and then the leg goes like that, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, that's how dangerous is that move though?
Yeah, it's dangerous in the wrong hands, as you know, with a lot of stuff.
so difficult to teach it to the people and be like, all right, do it, but don't really do it that
Chop
hard.
it. But do you do like ken stuff off of
Yes.
this? I always feel like everything I teach now is like
Yeah.
just get the
this is so
connection.
good.
Just
Oh,
the
there it
connection.
is. Nice.
Oh, sorry,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
But just get the connection, then hop. I think that for
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu people in particular,
Yes.
the ken is
Huge.
it's huge because no one really wants it. I think you get some maniacs who are just fine with chopping,
Yes,
but
yes.
if you don't have experience doing that,
Yeah.
it's like you feel like you're off balance. The
Yeah.
ken solves a lot of
Ken
that
is great.
stuff, yeah.
You could probably theoretically do double Uchimano for this too, if you kind of create this frame above this way, right? Because now I have distance here, and now from this position when I lift the leg, it's a lot easier to put downward pressure. You know, as long as like you kind of try to rotate him high where he can't put his head on the floor, right? Then that could be really good. You know, rotating through.
Yeah, this is especially good for people who I think don't have turn toes,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm like,
Yes. The last thing I want is for you to come here. Bang! Right now he's snapping my head down. So I'm gonna be a little bit more turned here, right? Yeah. And then if you go here, right? If you show that Osoto here, just show it. Oh. And now here it is. Yeah. Oh my lord, that's gonna be
yeah.
a good system. And you can pull most people's head down if you have two hands on, right? So
Yeah.
one-handed, like pulling the head down here might be difficult, but if you have two hands on, it's always a little bit easier to attack Hashiwaza, you know?
Sumi, will you do sumi? Like if the head comes down, we go over back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is a nice Sumi position.
Yeah.
Like big lifting hand. Yeah, blast him up. Put him on there, right?